Alright everyone, we're heading out today, see if we can't come across any Squatch signs. Now, we have kind of high hopes, you know, we've had reports of Squatches in this area before. So we're going to head down to the local fire hall. Everybody's going to meet us there, and they're going to tell us about their experiences. You know, where they seen them at. You know, we got a call, you know, the other day. This lady had a Squatch in her backyard, and he punted her poodle, and I guess it landed in the swimming pool or something, and there was no water in it, so it just smacked the concrete bottom. You know, how would you feel?
We was just driving down here in 44 in Pennsylvania. We're driving along, I couldn't help but hear this real loud scream. So we pulled off here in this nice little pull off around all these thick woods. I was walking over and I found this stick. Hey, how you doing? I found this stick and I couldn't help but realize it's got some marks on it. And it has to be from a Squatch. Sending out a warning signal to other Squatches. We're looking around a little bit and I see this track. I think he was using his big old foot to find some grubs in the ground. So we got in our equipment here, pulled out some plaster, made a nice track. This is definitely, you can see the 3 toes, the heel. There's definitely Squatch in these parts. So I think we're gonna gander down over the hill here and see if we can't find this sumbitch and bring him home and make him a pet. Oh man, you guys, you're not gonna believe what we just saw. Unreal, unfreaking real. Dusty's down there somewhere. I'm still waiting. I hope he gets out of there all right. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. You all right, man? You all right?
No, you're never gonna believe what happened down there. See, we pulled in here, we saw the footprints down there. We got further investigating. We saw this hair here where he tried to climb over the guardrail, and we knew he wouldn't be down in there very far because it's pretty thick. So we got down in there, we found this log, big log, like big, it was hollow, and we saw this foot sticking out of it. So we figured we would just mess with them a little bit, you know. We saw the Jack Links commercials and stuff, but we just thought it was fake because it was on TV. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not fake, all right? Tyler started tickling his foot with a stick and he tore up out of that log like hell, you know. He came running after us. Tyler's throwing rocks at him. He hit me in the leg. And then I told Tyler to get out of there, you know, because he's not a very big kid. I told him I'd take care of him. But that Squatch, I tell you, he came up and he grabbed me by my leg and he was spinning me around like hell. Alright now, I know you guys have probably seen the Discovery Channel and all those other shows about finding Squatches. Now something they don't tell you, because they're not quite as good as we are, is we know how to find them. Alright, see this here? What this is? This is a Squatch probe, alright? Now, if you've seen those underground fences in your yard, keep your dogs in the yard, it's very, very similar to this. Now what this does is whenever the Squatches reproduce and have youngins, plant these in the ground, all right? And now, those youngins can't go within 30 miles of this. Otherwise, they come at them with another one. The matures chase the offsprings, all right? And they whack them. So, like I said, they're not allowed to go within 30 miles of this. Now with this fence on this side of this probe, that tells me one thing. They're within 30 miles that way, all right? So we're gonna head that way and look for them, which is kind of really confusing me because we were down in here earlier and we had saw one, but I'm thinking there must be another probe on this side somewhere. So I'm gonna head over here and see if I can't find it. I'll probably just go around.
I just went back down in there. He's still down in there. He's heading down in that gully a little bit. But we gotta get in there and get after him. Cause ain't nobody in the right mind gonna believe what we've done seen today. So I'm gonna get in the car here, get our killing Squatch essentials. We're gonna go get them. Alright, for all you new Squatchers out there, these are the three main essentials you need. Sorry, I was swimming in my tobacco spit there. You need a monster to unleash your inner beast so you can tackle that sumbitch. You need a pencil with a point, small one, not a big one, just a small one will do. And a lighter, a Bic. It's got to be a Bic. And what you do is you take your monster, chug that, throw it on the ground. You don't need that no more. Take your pencil, head down in the woods after him. When you see him, you give him a little yell. Ah! He's gonna stop. Take your pencil, you throw it at him. Goddamn tobacco. Then you run up, stop staring at you. You light your lighter, get in real close to him, catch him on fire. After he's on fire, he's gonna hit the ground, stop, drop, and roll. Any person in the right mind would. He's down there, you just put the beast to him, take a rock, shove it right down his throat. Done. End of story. Grab that son of a bitch, throw him on your shoulder, head up over. So, give me about 10 minutes, I'll be back up here with me a dead Squatch on my shoulder, and we'll be good to go. We'll take him home and show them people on that Discovery Channel. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, because we did her in a day. In a day.
Alright, last time we talked with you, we'd mentioned he was heading down in this gully. We needed our weapons to go down and kill him. So, we got our monster. We already drank that. We're pumped. You know, we got our pencils and we got our lighters. We're gonna head back down here, we're gonna get them, and we know we're close because we found droppings in the ground earlier. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick call, see if we can't locate them.
Well, folks, we got down in that gully there. We seen him. He's about 50, 75 yards, and I'm just getting so old. I couldn't throw that pencil that far. He's down in there a ways. I think we're gonna let him go for now. Let him settle down, get the pressure off of him. We'll come back another day, see if we can't get down in there. We know he didn't take his probe with him, so you know he ain't going outside that, or at least there'll be a youngin in there. So I guess we're just gonna have to call it a day on this Squatch here. Hear that? You hear that, folks? That's a good sign. That there's our Squatch hotline. Anybody that sees a Squatch calls this number. I know it's Squatch because it sounds like Squatch call. We'll see what this person has to say. Hello. Yeah, this is him. Yeah, where are you located at? Oh, okay. We're actually only a couple miles down the road. We just seen a Squatch down here in the woods, and we was chasing him for a while. He got away from us. It may be the same Squatch. I'm not sure. Yeah. What were you doing? Just so I know kind of what he was doing, where he was heading, what he was looking at. You were what? We're heading down the road here. We just got a call from a feller. It's kind of odd, so don't laugh at me. He said he was down behind his house by a creek. The Squatches usually don't like creeks. They're kind of like cats. They're not a big fan of water. And he said he was walking his unicorn. A freaking unicorn. So I don't know. We're gonna go down here and see what we got. But honestly, I'm curious to see the unicorn too, because I've only ever seen one before, and let me tell you, it was a mean looking son of a bitch. So we're gonna head down here, see what we can find. We'll check back in with you when we get there. Alright, so we just left that feller's house there and said he had a Bigfoot sighting. Sasquatch. They're different, so don't get it confused. We went down there, and first of all, I told him I wanted to see his unicorn. I don't know how the hell son of a bitch was walking his unicorn, because the thing had 3 broken legs. And it just, when we got there, it was just laying there bawling, screaming, hideous. Worst sound you ever heard in your life.
Bet you the Squatch got it.
The Squatch could have got it. That's good. We didn't think about that. Anyway, so we went down there and he walked us down with his broken leg, the unicorn, and yeah, some bitch about poked me with a torn too, and I tried to pet it. It wasn't pretty. But anyway, he walked us down there and we started looking around and didn't see no signs, no tracks, no fur, no hair, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is. So anyway, we didn't find nothing. So we had a little sit, just listen to nature, listen to the noise it was making, see if there's any birds frightened by squatches or anything. And there was nothing. I mean, absolutely freaking nothing.
What's that over there?
That's just a bird.
Oh, okay.
So we started flipping over some logs and stuff because they like to hide their dinner under logs. If you see a good dead oak tree, there's probably squatch food under it. So anyhow, we started flipping over logs and got to checking out some of the clues we were finding. You know, like off Blue's Clues when you were younger. It's all these little clues that led up to
It's like, what could Blue want?
Yeah.
With a unicorn,
And a
log,
squatch.
and a squatch.
Exactly. So anyhow, after we got all our clues compiled, we brought them back to the Squatch mobile and compiled them, put them in our little database we got back in the trunk. What we come up with is what he actually saw was a wood booger.
Now, from the first location, do you remember the footprint? Yes. Okay. Now when we go home, we're going to put this in the Squatch chromatograph. And what that'll tell us is some very pertinent information. Alright? It'll tell you how old he was, how tall he was, the color of his hair, what kind of dog he last saw, his mother's name, his favorite color, his favorite kind of tree, how many toes he had on his right foot, because the new ones, the new 2014s will tell you the left foot, but ours is a 2011. So it's only, you know, right foot, which this is, so it'll be good. Now, one thing I want you to look at when it's determining the age, well, there's a way you can do it on your own. You see all the gray pebbles in here. Gray pebbles are for 1 year. Every gray pebble is 1 year. But now, if you look real close, you see brown pebbles, alright? So brown pebbles subtract a year. So you could sit here, I mean, you could sit here with a pen and paper or, you know, your fingers, you know, sit here with your fingers, determine how old this squatch is. But it's much easier to go home, put it in the Squatch chromatograph, and just sit back and watch it. Now it takes a little bit, you know, it takes a little bit of time, there's a lot of information it's gathering. But I'll tell you what, it's accurate down to the year. Now you got to give or take a couple minutes for elevation variances, but it's pretty accurate.
Alright, we're going to go over a few tips to help you out if you want to go out squatching, which I don't recommend because they're mean sons of bitches. Dusty here, he's all torn up. He's been gimping around all day. Frankly, I'm sick of listening to him whine, so if you're for faint of heart, just don't worry about it. We're going to start off with some deterrents. If you don't know what that means, look it up.
It means like, she gone!
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, if you drive a Prius, just don't think about it.
Well, quick, there's a squatch.
Squatch sighting, squatch sighting, squatch sighting.
Now, back to
your turn. That was a squatch in the flesh. He's one of the ones, he shaved all his hair so he could live amongst us as humans without nobody knowing. But I'm telling you what, I bet you $100 he's a squatch.
Stay left, stay left, stay left. We gotta stay left here because there's a Squatch directory up here. We gotta make it into the left.
Alright, we almost got lost there for a minute.
That's alright. That's alright.
Anywho, back to the deterrents. If you drive a Prius, don't even think about it.
It says
if you're
Squatch hunters this way.
Squatch hunters, okay, yeah. Yeah, so if you drive a Prius, don't even think about it. You're a sissy, basically, is what it comes down to. I'm looking out for your best interest. If you're blonde, well, we won't get into that, but the Squatch is smarter than you are, so just don't waste your time. Now, we'll get into some attractants. You can try the call like Dusty did earlier. That usually works, but it's a very technical call. It takes quite a few years of practice, so it's not something you're just going to conquer overnight. So I suggest a bait. The best bait you can get is go to McDonald's, get yourself a Big Mac, go to Walmart, get you some of that flush marshmallow stuff, take it in the bathroom, piss all over it. Squatcher one, they're going to love the smell of the Big Mac with the marshmallow on, and then the piss on top is going to it's going to piss him off because you're invading his territory. So it's going to both get them aggravated. So that's when you need to be careful, because you don't want a 9-foot tall Squatch coming at you with hands the size of a goddamn gorilla. Not the gorilla's hands, a gorilla. So just for your best interest, just don't piss them off unless you're armed with your pencil, your lighter, and your monster. Those are 3 key things. If you even want to think about going squatching, just remember those 3 things. I think you'll be alright. It won't hurt to remember a camera too. That way everybody doesn't think you're full of shit.
Now one other thing might help you is, now you notice most TV shows you see where they're hunting squatches do it at night. Alright, anybody can hunt a squatch at night. Alright, that's whenever they're out, that's whenever they're roaming, that's whenever they're easy to be found. Tyler and I here, we do it during the day. Alright, now we've been at it for a while, we're pretty good at it, so we can do it in the daylight. As for you, I would say stick to, like, you know, you don't want to get too deep into the night, because
dusk or dawnish.
Yeah, right.
Good time.
Because you get too deep into the night, and then, like, you got all kinds of stuff. You hear noise, you can't see but 30 yards. You know, it's bound to be a squatch. You know, especially at that rate. And you don't want to forget your thermal imaging. All right, because if you see a thermal spot, it has to be a squatch. I mean,
yeah, because nothing else in the woods puts off a thermal image. There's just nothing. You know,
right.
Foxes don't, deer don't,
at night,
bear don't.
No,
nothing.
No. But one thing I will recommend is when you're doing a dusk to dawnish, as Tyler here mentioned, is you want to keep in mind that it's going to be dark soon, so you don't have much time.